Now to a much different story. The second tennis Grand Slam of the year is set to get underway this weekend with the world's top tennis players heading to Paris for the French Open. And there's a lot to look out for. You've got Spain's Carlos Alcaraz and Poland's Iga Swiatek. They're seeking to defend their titles this year, while Novak Djokovic is chasing a record 25th. That's right, 25th Grand Slam title. But notably missing from the tournament, 14-time champion Rafael Nadal after he retired last year. For more on this, let's bring in Callum Davies. He's the lead writer for the Tennis Gazette. Good morning to you, Callum. You know, I want to focus on America for a bit because as far as the US's hopes at this year's tournament, could 21-year-old Coco Gauff become the first US tennis player to win Roland Garros since, what, 2015 that would be?
Well, there's every chance, of course. She's a top player and she comes into it with a bit of a strange framing around her form because she has reached finals in back-to-back Masters 1000 clay events. And yet all the talk is about misfiring forehand, misfiring serve. But she is, at the end of the day, a top contender for this event. And I think Americans have reason to be optimistic at her chances if in the last week since the Italian Open finished, she's managed to maybe iron out those issues and make herself a proper contender, which she already was. But, you know, just the finishing touches to make her that little bit better. Yeah, and, you know, she's been on the international stage for so long. I'm surprised that she's just 21, folks. She's still got space and time to grow. We mentioned Rafael Nadal in retirement. So who do you think might emerge to, you know, become the king of clay? That's a tough one because you can't mention Roland Garros without mentioning Rafa. Obviously a 14-time champion at the event, and it's probably a record that will never be shattered because of just how great it is. I think it's the most successful anyone has ever been at any tournament. So the king of clay, though, is a tough one because obviously Carlos Alcaraz seems like the natural successor with him being Spanish and having already won a Roland Garros title. If he were to win this year's one, he still would have 2 less than Nadal did at his age. So a king of clay perhaps, but not the king of clay because that will always be Rafa Nadal. Yeah, a very important distinction. All right, Callum Davies, appreciate you connecting with us. Thanks so much for joining us from Liverpool. Thank you.